Woodring boots it high, but it's returnable. Law from the 5. Gets a crease, and Kendrick Law falls forward out to the 33, and that's where Jalen Milroe will set up. Again, the 14 total touchdowns through 3 games, and he has avoided an interception so far.
Yeah, he's playing about as well as you can play.
A year ago at this time, Milroe recovering from a benching against USF. Far different landscape tonight. Justice Haynes gets the start at tailback, but a throw in the first down, and it's complete to the prodigy, Ryan Williams. You may know that he's 17 years old. He's been one of the stories of this month of college football.
No doubt about it. He's very electrifying. He's one of our impact players, along with Parker Brailsford, the center that transferred over from Washington. Big-time matchup for him. And you see Jalen Walker. Keep an eye on 11. When he gets after the quarterback, he's as good as anybody, and, of course, starts in the back end.
2 plays, 2 throws. This is Jeremy Bernard. A flag comes out. Bernard, one of the 2 or 3 key guys who came over from Washington, along with DeBoer. This will be a 5-yard penalty on Alabama.
Illegal formation offense. More than 4 players lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Remain second down.
Yeah, that's part of the youth that you talk about with Ryan Williams. He's 17 years old. You only can have 4 in the backfield. You can see both these receivers in the backfield, and then you got the 3 over here. So you got 5 in the backfield. Looks like Ryan Williams needed to be up about another yard there to close off that side.
As great as he's been, 4 touchdowns among his 10 catches. Kirby Smart and the Dogs say he's still a freshman. He's still a freshman, and we'll try to body him and maybe get in his head tonight if we can.
They're going to jam him, but what's great is that's probably, at this stage of his career, his greatest strength is his get-off and being able to use quickness to get off a press. This time Humphrey, who's a first-year starter, kind of walks off of him.
So it's second down and 3 after the penalty. Second and 8, I should say. We'll get things sorted. There we go. Milroe took a look, tries to escape, and he'll be dragged down right at the line of scrimmage by Nazir Stackhouse, one of the big fellas up front.
Well, big part of when you defend Jalen Milroe and you're going to blitz him. I talked about how Georgia wants to bring 11 right here, pressure. And when you have a guy that can get after the quarterback, it's not about sacking him. It's about not getting upfield too much, force him to step up, and that's where you allow the rest of the defense. That time Stackhouse closes in.
Jam Miller in the ball game. They need 7 on this third down. Dogs crowding the line. They jump across, and Milroe with a free play tries to find Williams on the far side. He was juggling it and did not hold on. Warren Brinson.
Oh, that was
across.
Yeah, big hit after the throw, and I think that's what Kalen DeBoer is saying is Brinson hits him. There's the offsides, but you talk about in the NFL, this would be a penalty. Brinson, who's back from an injury from the Clemson game, he's excited to be able to get in there, and they knew that one of the things is you got to get after 4 and hit him. Watch the follow-through after the throw. Drives him. It's not that. It's that, driving him and his shoulder down into the ground. NFL, that's a 15-yard penalty, but in college, no call.
That's a 300-pound man landing on your quarterback. They need 2 on third down now after the 5-yard penalty. Milroe looking to throw forward across the middle. The catch is made. Hit right at the marker is Bernard. Dan Jackson came up right there. It's going to be just enough for the first down.
Oh, that was very close. Ran a mesh scheme where you have a couple receivers, this time a tight end and a receiver crossing, hoping it's man coverage. You can see him working underneath, and then he throws that right at the line. Good job of holding on to the football because they were not playing man. They sat back in zone, showed man pre-snap, sat back to zone. Very fortunate he holds on to that football.
So the Tide come out throwing. Play caller is Nick Sheridan, who's been with DeBoer along the way, but it's his first year calling plays. Handoff, end around. Bernard shows strength with the football. Got a block on the edge from Miller. Picks up 11. Tide in Georgia territory.
Yeah, you're going to see this a lot tonight because he has the ability on this jet motion to either read this and pull it, or he can give it. Georgia gets outflanked, so he hands it off there to Bernard, who's got great speed. And what that does is it sets up Milroe eventually being able to pull that and keep it himself later.
Now a downfield shot looking for Henderson, coming back and making the catch. Emmanuel Henderson hasn't made a big impact this season until that deep shot.
Well, we said somebody's going to step up throughout this football game, and right here you can see Henderson one-on-one with the first-year starter Humphrey. Gets behind him, the ball's out in front, great adjustment.
Picked up 34. Miller trying to get the edge as the Tide operating with tempo. Flags come out. There were 2 of them on the field.
Yeah, it looked like a hold on the right side of the offensive line from Alabama. I think it's 77.
Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
It's Elijah Pritchett. Penalties on this Alabama offensive line, a huge problem in their last home game against USF. They got it cleaned up in the last ball game against Wisconsin on the road.
Yeah, I think Pritchett the right tackle, but I think you could also have gotten the right guard there. So a couple holds and that tempo, just trying to catch Georgia, looking over, not able to substitute in after that big play.
So 1st and 20. Pressure comes. Milroe escapes. Jalen Milroe flashes the strength and the speed and makes a positive play out of a near disaster.
What a play, because Christian Miller comes free. They bring both their middle linebackers right here, and by bringing that, they create an opportunity for Miller to come free. Nobody picks him up. Kirby Smart told us this week, it's one thing to get to him, but we got to be able to bring him down. Miller's right there and olays him. It gives you an idea of the quickness of what number 4 can do to this defense.
Yeah, I said, what are the issues? Major issue, tackling number 4. Did not happen in that SEC championship game. Georgia hasn't allowed a touchdown all season long, 16 consecutive quarters. And 2nd and 4, keeper all the way. Stiff arm, Milroe knocked out at the 2 by Jackson.
Well, it puts so much pressure on a defense's eyes, the safeties, the linebackers. You have to respect the running back, and if you just get one step inside, he sees it, feels it, pulls it, and gets around the corner. And it's the suddenness that goes along. He's got great speed, but to me, it's the quickness, the lateral quicks, and the burst that he has at that quarterback position that makes him so tough to defend, along with the physicality. Look at the guy.
1st and goal. And another whistle before the snap. Another false start.
Georgia wasn't, or Alabama not even lined up that time.
Will now have to try to overcome a 3rd penalty on this opening drive.
Offense. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
And that's on Jalen Milroe as an experienced quarterback. You've got a young receiver right here at the top, number 2, just trying to get set. Not quite on the thing in him. Really had an opportunity to get set for a beat.
This guy came through the backfield. Milroe around left end. Touchdown, Alabama. What an opening drive as they overcome their mistakes and draw first blood. Drive even more impressive, Kirk, because they made 3 mental mistakes. It didn't matter.
Hey,
Milroe 3 for 3, excuse me.
Yeah, it's good. Dupree came down. The defense adjusts to that movement. Now you're going to try to get to the outside. Good block there. Look at 52. Give me somebody to block. He just walks into the end zone for that touchdown.
Connor Talty debuted away for the Tide. And Anthony Evans III is going to bring it out from a few yards deep. Tries the sideline and just tripped up just across the 20-yard line. So here comes Carson Beck. Again, 15-1 as a starter, but that 1 is what helps drive him tonight. Hasn't been electric. They're searching for kind of big plays downfield. Had a few against Clemson, but really none on the road against Kentucky.
Keep an eye on that right side of the offensive line is what Alabama really wants to challenge.
Trevor Etienne, transfer from Florida, can certainly be an electric running back. Beck straight back on 1st down across the middle. It's a dart. accurate throw to Dominic Lovett, and he's got a first down across the 35, pick up 15.
We just talked about how we saw Alabama come out and got aggressive. Carson Beck, very first play, used the back, pulled the linebacker. Good job. They're very focused in, as you mentioned, on ETN. Creates a nice opening there right in the middle. Easy for Carson Beck, who's incredibly accurate, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the country. Just settle into this game and into this atmosphere.
We knew the challenge would be real. You can't replace Brock Bowers, one of the greatest tight ends we've ever seen in this sport. Ladd McConkey was a big play guy. So putting the pieces together. Beck will take a deep shot. A one-on-one battle downfield off the hands of Arian Smith. He's a guy that can take the top off of defense, and they challenge the true freshman Xavier Brown.
Well, the safety from Alabama came down late. They showed too high, and then the safety ends up coming down, so he knows right away, I got a shot. I'm going to challenge these young corners. That's a true freshman corner. How about the ball here? Arian Smith against a true freshman, Xavier Brown. You take that every single time, puts it on the money, and Smith unable to hold on to that big gain.
The catch that he should have made. Last year in high school, this year covered a speedy receiver in a game like this. On the edge, ETN can also hurt defenses as a receiver. The ball is loose. Bama pointing that they have it. No signal yet. It'll be Georgia keeping possession.
That ball came out. He was spinning, trying to make plays right into the traffic of the defense, and the ball came out before he touched the ground. The ball's out there.
Dylan Fairchild, the guard, made the recovery. It's violent in there. You better have both hands on the football.
Yeah, he spun right back into the defense.
The previous play is under video review.
So Daniel Gator saying that the replay official, John Allman, and the replay center will take a look at this. Clearly, it was a fumble.
Let's watch the recovery. There's Fairchild right there.
Justin Jefferson looked like he knocked the ball loose. And there's Fairchild jumping on it. He's got it. I'm not really sure what they need to review here. Bill Lamagna, great to have the rules expert in the booth with us tonight. What might be looking at there, Bill?
They're probably looking at the recovery. There's no question there's a fumble. But 53 appears solidly came on the ball. So this will just be confirmed, the call on the field.
They're very fortunate just to have the football.
After video review, the ruling on the field stands.
Tide rush 3. Beck loops the ball downfield. There's a battle there. Flags come out as Lovett made the catch. Devontae Smith in coverage, but this looks like an offensive pass interference.
Pass interference, offense, number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains third.
There's going to be some battles on the edge tonight.
Yeah, there's battles everywhere. There's great one-on-one battle. He's right in the slot. What a matchup. Goes downfield against Devontae Smith. Definite a push off. Great job by the officials seeing that. Separation. They call it on Lovett, who needs to have a big night tonight for this Georgia offense, getting some separation without the push off and making plays after the catch. Now Georgia goes way back on third down.
3rd and 21. This crowd of 100,000 strong on their feet, roaring, waving the pom-poms. Back from the pocket, another downfield shot on the near sidelines. It's incomplete. Colby Young, the transfer from Miami, made the catch, but way out of bounds. Damani Jackson in coverage, and Georgia missed opportunities and self-destruction on that possession.
Yeah, this time we saw the corner, Xavier Brown on one side. Now you see Damani Jackson on the other. Remember, Alabama lost both their corners. Terrion Arnold to the NFL, to the Lions, and Kool-Aid McKinstry also off to the NFL. And like you said, Chris, some very emotional one-on-one battles tonight on the perimeter on both sides.
This could be an excellent punting tool. Two of the best in the country. They're both Australians. Driven back inside the 20 is Ryan Williams.
Stay with the plan. It's just, we got to make number 4, keep him in the pocket, make him throw the football and get after him.
Justice Haynes is the back, and the first carry by a running back is a chunk play again. Look at Haynes weaving out of across the 40.
Well, they pull the right side of this offensive line. Roberts does a nice job here. You also see 57 Pritchett follow them. They lose the edge to the defense. And look at the receivers. Great effort downfield by those receivers. Kendrick Law, one of the top receivers, I think, in the SEC, if not the country. Kind of built like a running back. He and Ryan Williams both doing a good job there downfield.
23-yard gain. They spotted at the 39. Milroe from the pocket. Surveys and finds across the middle. Williams makes a man miss. He is just different, Kirk. We'd seen him on tape, saw him in practice. What do you think of him on the field pregame?
Oh, he's a big man, but he can throw the football. You know, and this is Ryan Williams once again. The moment is not too big. Good job of coming back to the football here. Milroe feeling it, going tempo, seeing the field well.
Easy access throw. Law. Georgia not tackling well in the tie down near the red zone again. Janelle Aguero whiffed. It's a 19-yard play.
You're just not used to seeing a secondary from Georgia missing tackles like that. And how about, you said, easy access. And the last guy you want to get the ball to with ability to make a play after the catch is Kendrick Law. You know, he is really fitting in perfectly into Kalen DeBoer and Nick Sheridan's offense. Get him the ball in space. Like I said, built like a running back, can shake and has physicality to pull away from guys like Aguero like he did there.
Ball hasn't hit the ground yet. Milroe 5 for 5. Georgia just reeling like you rarely see him on defense. Collision on the edge. It's Jam Miller knocked down. It's the Jam and Justice running back tandem here.
Yeah, Haynes does a good job. He just lowers his shoulder. He didn't care at all that Everett's trying to come up. And, you know, that sends a message. Just that kind of running. This defense right now, they're on their heels. They're trying to get adjustments. They're trying to get calls. They're focused on the threat of Milroe throwing and running on the edge. Then you have to contend with the power running of these two backs.
Miller motions out far left. QB run all the way. Milroe patiently picks his way for a gain down to the 16.
They have found an ability to get to the edge with QB run. Whether it's jet sweep or it's Milroe to the outside, you pull this time the play side guard, you pull the center around. Georgia a little bit better job of running. Now you got to be careful as you're running so fast to be able to not get beat to the edge. He'll put his foot in the ground and get north and south on you like a running back. So, man, it's tough to defend him.
Empty backfield for receiver look. Plus a tight end on 3rd and 5. And now Miller motions to the near side. Milroe looking for him on a wheel route on a dime. The Tide.
Sensational play there on 3rd down. What a plan. Moving the back out. We're going to show it to you when we get a chance.
Graham Nicholson knocks it through. 2 possessions, 2 long touchdown drives, and brilliance from the quarterback.
Yeah, they motion, and C.J. Allen has to go with the back. And he's late. See that little hesitation? That's a fast running back that he's got to try to catch up with. Milroe saw that. Now he can't find the football. And oh, by the way, Milroe puts it right on the money. Great design play. Alabama right now all over Georgia. Up 14 here early. I mean, this is about as well as you could hope for a start if you're an Alabama fan. Milroe 6 of 6 for 100 yards, mixing up run and pass. It's been perfect plan.
Fair catch signaled by Anthony Evans. Back on the move, flips over the middle, almost intercepted. He overthrew Dylan Bell and was bobbled by Xavier Brown.
Yeah, I think he felt he had man coverage on the outside. Watch the corner out here. Watch how he runs with the outside receiver and then comes off of him. I think he felt he was going to continue, and that's the true freshman, Xavier Brown. He's very fortunate, actually, and the ball happened fast. It ends up bouncing off of his chest, but he got fooled there. I think he thought Brown was in man, and he came off of it, made a pretty good play.
Wasson Lucky, the tight end, lined up in the backfield along with Etienne. Here's the first running play called tonight, and Etienne bounces forward for a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and long.
Line of scrimmage football game. Alabama's offensive line helping out, doing their job. This Georgia offensive line, remember Jared Wilson, good player, but it's the first time he's been in this kind of atmosphere. Micah Morris steps in, as we said earlier, for Tate Ratledge right there with the mullet. He's out tonight. He's the leader.
It's just getting louder by the second here for Beck.
Another 3rd and long for Georgia.
Tide showing pressure, and they bring it. Ball out quickly. It is intercepted. Picked off by Damani Jackson, the transfer from USC. And it's gone from bad to worse in a hurry for the Dogs. Georgia's first turnover of the year, Kirk.
Here's the AT&T clicker. What he saw was 7 guys up tight. And when you see 7 guys like that, you know you got to get the ball out quickly. You see how quickly they get in? You got to get the ball out. How about the job by this corner? What a play by Damani Jackson. That ball got on him in a hurry. See how quickly? And I don't think it was a flash before his eyes because it was hidden behind the receiver. He shows that athletic ability, and it gives Jalen Milroe outstanding field position here.
Dogs defense needs to figure out something quickly. Are they going to be down 3 touchdowns in the first quarter? Play fake, pitch to the edge. Bernard muscles for about 4 or 5, driven out by Julian Humphrey. Holly?
Well, guys, it's all hands on deck on defense right now. Glenn Schumann, the defensive coordinator, Kirby Smart, the head coach, they have all been up in the defense's face trying to make some quick adjustments. The motion that Kalen DeBoer's offenses are so well known for is causing problems. They keep telling the players, when they go in motion, you have got to adjust your eyes. That last touchdown drive, the motion was a problem. That's what they're trying to fix.
Not much that Kirby Smart hasn't seen before and can teach his team about, but the guys on the field looking a little dazed right now. Keeper again. Milroe makes a cut. Powers down. It'll be 1st and goal. The ball came out, but he was ruled down.
Well, the movement that Holly's talking about, and usually this Georgia defense, they've had a bye week. They've had 2 weeks to get ready. I mean, this is maybe a few different wrinkles, but you kind of know what to expect to see. It's about who's playing with a little bit more desire, who's playing with a little bit more physicality. Nick Sheridan, give him a ton of credit. First-year play caller here in Tuscaloosa, doing a great job of mixing up, as Holly said, not just the pre-snap movement, formations, attacking outside with quick throws, jet sweep, running with Milroe to the outside, then pounding the middle, setting up quick throws.
Haynes to Milroe's left. Bernard comes in motion, gets the football, gets a block on the edge, turns the corner, touchdown Tide, 3 for 3.
They have been able to get out there in a lot of different ways. This time it's Anthony Evans. Definitely gets into the corner of the end zone. How about the block by the young back there in the backfield, Justice Haynes?
And Georgia fans have to be sitting there with their mouths agape at this point.
Chris, this is what the threat of Milroe can do to you. As an outside defender, just watch the slight hesitation and respect at the mesh. See that mesh? Is he keeping it or is he going to pull it? Watch him go inside. You see him just that slight little what? Then he gets to the outside, gets the block by Haynes. But Smile London is just on an island there, kind of playing a guessing game. Did he pull it? Did he hold on to it? And by the time he made up his mind, you already see the speed that Henderson has to be able to, once again, get to that edge. They've got to keep their cool and just keep believing that they can get back into this game.
Kirby Smart's teams have been known for comebacks, but this is the largest deficit they've faced since that 2021 SEC championship game. The big loss that set up the chance for payback. Mike Bobo, who's had his 3rd stint working on the Georgia staff, who's the play caller tonight, has been pass heavy early. ETN gets a handoff and muscles ahead for about 6.
Mike Bobo, we just talked about Nick Sheridan. Mike Bobo, who played at Georgia. We know what he can do as a play caller. He knows. Nobody knows better than Mike Bobo what these SEC atmospheres are like on the road. And I'm with you. We know that they're a pass-first kind of offense, but they have to establish some kind of presence at the line of scrimmage in their run game to make Alabama have to respect that. uptight with coverage.
Hand off to Etienne again. He slipped as he tried to make a cut. There was heavy track in front, and Keon Sabb, the safety transfer from Michigan, was filling.
It is a battle in the trenches. Dylan Fairchild, the left guard. Watch him get into a battle right here. He's trying to help out on a double team. They lose that one. I mean, Alabama is strong in the inside. They've got some experience in Tim Keenan, Tim Smith, Latham, and Overton, who've helped out this year. They're just trying to two-gap there and hold the point as well as they can and keep those linebackers free.
Some things have changed, some haven't. Alabama is strong in the middle. You can say that again. Three-man rush on 3rd and 4. Back all kinds of time. Pats the ball. Throws it inaccurately. A flag is down. Dominic Lovett was coming on a crosser, and the quarterback missed him.
That was another mesh route, trying to set a pick.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 4. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
The tight end dealt, and here comes the punt team again.
Yeah, just trying to set up a mesh where you, again, it's a crosser right in front of the quarterback. You're just kind of hoping that Delp will set up a screen for this receiver to come free if it's man-to-man. And this time it's not man-to-man. You can see the safety coming down. That receiver would have ended up being open, and it was Levitt.
There's an infinite amount in this playbook that hasn't been shown. That's a poor punt. Very high from Thorson, not his usual standard. Does take a roll. It's positive at about the 33-yard line. That's a question we haven't heard often. Does Georgia have an answer on defense in recent years? Milroe pitches far side, and it's another impact play from Ryan Williams. Cushion in front of Dalen Everett.
I saw a Georgia player point across the line of scrimmage as if he thought Jaden Roberts had moved. I think he did. I think he may have flinched. 77 right here. Just a slight flinch. But not a no call there in Alabama. But it's amazing, not only the edge, Chris, but it's amazing how far the coverage is. These guys are easy access, 6, 8 yards. Quick throws are there so far all night.
Well, Kalen DeBoer's first quarter as an SEC coach could not have gone any better. 21-zip. Tonight, the Tide begin the second quarter up 3 touchdowns. Pressure picked up. Easy across the middle. C.J. Dupree, the tight end, rumbles into Georgia territory. Whatever they've shown Alabama's offense has been an answer.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is an offensive line that struggled against USF because they had some injuries to the tackle spot. And now with Proctor at left tackle and Pritchard back at right tackle, see the communication. No issue at all. Georgia comes after him. Easy slide, easy pickup. Plenty of time for Milroe. And that void with those two backers blitzing, wide open after that blitz pickup there by the O-line.
213 yards on their first 19 plays. Georgia hadn't allowed a touchdown all season. They allowed 3 in the first quarter. Tide threatening to add to the lead. It's Law behind the line. He can throw it. Nobody open. Scrambling and will be knocked down. Tackle made there by Jalen Walker. They try to use a little trickery here, but Georgia wasn't fooled.
No, good job by Georgia staying back there. Good discipline. Actually, Malachi Starks stays back. They're trying to figure out if this defense is just so desperate. They're going to fly around. The edge has been hurting the defense. All those safeties flying. Nope, good job. Head on a swivel. Stark stays back. Rest of the defense, good discipline there on that play on 1st and 10.
Lose a yard, and that's Kendrick Law, who's knocked down on that scramble being attended to. Jam Miller. They give up the edge again, and that's a big gain out inside the Georgia 40.
They're getting to this edge anytime they want, and you got to come up with some kind of answer. 77 with a good block getting up to that linebacker right there. That was Smile Munden, who's actually eventually able to push him out of bounds, but another positive yards.
Tied 2 for 2 on 3rd down. Need 5 here. And it's a trick play. The clap by Milroe. They hand it off to, or direct snap, I should say, to Miller. trying to catch the dogs napping. They stop him short of the marker.
Yeah, it was great because he does his clap when he takes about 4 steps. Well, just watch him walk away and then watch the clap. Bang, that's when you snap. Try to catch the defense again sleeping. So they've thrown a few wrinkles here. Get the ball out to Law, double pass, try to get it downfield, and then this time test the defense's discipline again there with that trickery with the quarterback walk away.
Need about a half yard here on 4th. Milroe, keeper. First down and more. Tight roping down the sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable start for Milroe in this offense. 36-yard lightning strike. Would you have expected to see anything like this?
No, not at all. But there's somebody who's very happy, even though he's not showing it.
He's only attempted 1 field goal this year. A lot of PATs. So you may see a whole lot this season from this offense.
No doubt. He's reading this, Chris. 4th and about a half a yard. Georgia sells out. This is zone read. Pretty simple. Read this man. Huge collision right at the mesh point. Hands it off, actually shows it, and then pulls it out. And then it's a foot race. Gets to the corner. Nobody is going to catch Jalen Milroe into the end zone.
Too strong, too fast, too poised, too well prepared. So far for the Dogs. A little stoic fist bump. 9 for 9. 128 yards. He's also run it for 78 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Wow.
Bama has 15 plays in Georgia territory.
Etienne off the left side. Doesn't take much space for him to get loose. Picks up 11.
Yeah, first time we've seen Georgia up front win that battle, and it's nice we can get Etienne running downhill. Big tight end Oscar dealt with a nice block there on the left edge. They brought the right guard around, picked up a good block on a backer. Nice play.
Some tempo from the Dogs here, down 4 scores. Etienne, he hit hard, picks up 3.
What I like about the tempo isn't, well, it's obvious you're down 28, you better get going. It's not obviously that. It's what can we do to try to get this aggressive defense a little bit on their heels? They're rotating a lot of bodies, playing with a lot of confidence, not worried about anything right now downfield. So you go a little tempo, try to take away that edge that they're playing with.
Last time they were down 28 was against Joe Burrow in that overwhelming LSU offense in the SEC championship game. 2nd and 7, pitch on the edge. Love it. Short gain. Zabian Brown. Whistle had blown, no fumble. It'll set up another 3rd down.
We're talking a lot about Nick Sheridan, how he's dialing things up. How about Kane Womack, the new defensive coordinator this year? I mean, it looks like they bring pressure. It's almost like are they dressed in 13 or 14 guys out there? They bring blitz, and now we got eyes on the football. They don't have their backs to the ball. They got their eyes on the football. They see that quick pass and answer to a blitz, and they got 2 guys leveraging the football. It's beautiful. Walking up again.
Need 10 on 3rd. The time they back out of pressure, just a 3-man rush. Beck is still flush. Long way to go with his legs, and he'll get knocked down about a yard short of the marker.
Yeah, Kirby's going to have to go for this. This is almost, you could say, do or die, down 28 at your own 45-yard line, 4th and 1. You know, we talk about this game being physicality. Who's going to win the line of scrimmage? It's been all Alabama. Well, here you go. 4th and 1, ball at your own 45. They think you're going to run inside. It's really hard to run inside. I don't know if you do that. I may want to try to maybe fake it in the middle, get on the edge. I don't know if you want to run into the teeth of this defense.
Whistle before the snap, and Alabama takes a timeout. Something that the board didn't like the look of pre-snap. 2 tight ends. Etienne tries the middle. Had to dodge contact in the backfield. That was crucial. Gets ahead for the 1st down. Got past Overton.
Overton right there. We just talked about how they can penetrate. Think about making this play. He's right there. What a move by Etienne. That lateral quickness and the vision right there. I mean, that's a -4. But instead, give Etienne all the credit on that play to save this drive and keep it alive.
Branson Robinson spells him in the backfield. He's got the football. And Georgia beginning to string together some solid runs. Now picks up 7.
Nice little double team there on the right side. Good push there. Truss, the right tackle, helping out there. He and Micah Morris double team and work up to the backer. It's a nice drive here for Georgia. Getting some penetration.
Come after Beck is picked up, and the catch is made by Dylan Bell just behind him there, but another first down.
Yeah, Malachi Moore brought the blitz from the field. He had a double slant behind that blitz. See the blitz right there coming. He could have gone to the inside to Smith, elects to go to the outside to Dylan Bell. What an adjustment there at a crucial point in this game. They need every opportunity to gain positive yards. Great adjustment, back that ball behind him.
Going to throw in first down. Rolls and a little bit behind. Love it. He's known for great accuracy, Kirk. Elite ball placement. Hasn't quite been there tonight for Beck.
No, not at all. And you know, that's a drop back, and he gets out. Didn't necessarily have pressure. Gets away from what he thought might be a little bit of pressure. Ball again behind the receiver.
4 for 10 and just 24 yards on those 4 completions. Did have the big drop from Arian Smith that could have given the Dogs some momentum in the first quarter. Good protection. Throws it into a seam, and the catch is made. Jahad Campbell delivers a big blow on Smith, who held on that time.
Boy, did he squeeze this in. This was a close throw. You have the corner here. That's the guy that he's got to be able to make the throw over top of in zone. Can you make that throw? Can you put it right there, right behind him? Whoa, it's close. Great job of putting a lot of velocity on that ball. Just layered it over top of the corner. And a great catch there to hold on to it.
Dogs in the red zone finally. Tight power formation, and it's an end around to Bell. Versatile weapon, makes a cut, lowers the shoulder, and is knocked down at about the 7. Sabb on the stop.
That's good action there in the backfield. They're faking that to ETN because they've been getting a pretty good push in the interior. A lot of those Bama defenders were caught up on that, and then they come around the other way with Dylan Bell. Pretty good block there by the tight end Delp to help him out. They got to finish this drive, obviously, with a touchdown. 7-minute mark here in the first half. It's a 10-play drive so far. Tough to do against an Alabama defense. Sustained drives.
ETN into the end zone, and Georgia on the board. A desperately needed answer to all the haymakers the Tide have been throwing.
Let's watch the left side here. You got the receivers getting involved here, the AT&T clicker, the backup tight end Lucky. This is really well done by the offensive line, where they've had a very tough first half. This time, ETN with that vision. Offensive line able to get up to those linebackers, receivers getting involved in the blocks. There's the answer we've been waiting for from Georgia.
ETN had the 4th and short conversion, gets into the end zone. Let's go for Dose. Brought to you by Dos Equis as they try to cut the lead here. The 20. Cash Jones in the backfield. Beck scanning, creates on the run and throws it low, and that is Cash Jones. And from Brock, Texas, are a couple of flags down in the end zone, so hold on.
Pass interference. Offense, number 11. 15-yard penalty from the try spot. We will retry the down.
That's the 3rd offensive pass interference call against Georgia tonight.
Boy, oh boy. You know, he's just trying to, again, kind of create a screen or a rub. Let's keep an eye on this, Chris, and see what you see from Smith, a veteran receiver. I mean, they're both locking up. I mean, you really look at holding either way there, Bill. I mean, he's trying to keep his hands up to make it look like he's running a route. I think at the initial contact, to me, you could see the defender locking him up there. I think that was Devontae Smith.
So that changes the call. They're going to go for Uno here. Peyton Woodring. That's yet another mistake in the Georgia column tonight. But a positive 11-play, 75-yard drive took more than 5.5 minutes. Got the running game going. Better blocking up front. They feel like Michigan's kind of borrowing the throne, and they felt coming into this game they were going to rightfully reclaim their spot.
That's why we play the ball games. It's a long way to go. Keep saying that. Be careful. 4 for 4, this offense.
As Georgia come up with answers. Tied, a long field to go. Milroe looking to throw and first down. Again, it's Dupree. It was easy access, and then yards after the catch out across the 45. Flags come in very late. 21-yard gain.
Yeah, again, it's a long time since we've seen Georgia's defense not just give up easy access, but then the missed tackles by Starks and then more yards.
Unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 52. Hitting a player not actively participating in the play. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Tyler Booker is an emotional guy. The big fella flagged for a costly penalty.
He was just
feeling it.
Yeah, he was jogging downfield. I think it looked to me like Smile Munden was maybe gave him a little jab to the face, and he responded to that, and that's what the refs got. He'd already kind of jabbed him before this, and then he responded by saying, wait a minute, you're going to give me a jab? I'm going to give you a little push. I personally don't mind seeing those offensive linemen with a little edge to them, but that one cost him.
Extremely costly. Set up across the 45. They're back the 16. With the 1st and 19. Pressure comes. Milroe escapes again. Jalen Milroe. Look out when he builds momentum. Gets a couple blocks on the edge. Can't get near him. Can't bring him down when they do.
It's almost like watching a guy in middle school who just is the best athlete on the field. And this is SEC football. He's running away from really talented, superior athletes. They were way behind the sticks. And now after that scramble, he's able to pick up a first down. A lot of these defenders had their backs turned to Milroe, which is a no-no against him.
They made some mistakes, 4 penalties on offense, but he's just been the eraser.
10 of 10, 134.
Back behind the chains. Doesn't matter. Let's just take off for another big run. He's over 100 yards rushing tonight. Looking to add to his passing total. Long throw. Easy catch by Bernard, who was open again in front of Jalen Walker. Tough matchup for the linebacker.
Yeah, very, very tough. Yet man coverage on the outside. It clears. Watch at the bottom. Ryan Williams matched up there. He's just going to clear that, which opens it up nicely for Henderson there. And how about the accuracy and the rhythm of Milroe? How much fun is it to watch this guy throw the football tonight? Now 11-11 for 149 and over 250 yards of total offense in the first half.
3 total touchdowns, 0 incompletions. Empty backfield. It's a run all the way. And this time doesn't get the edge, is spun down after a small gain. Holly?
Well, guys, Jalen Milroe's speed is breathtaking. The coaches told us he's faster than our running backs and our wideouts in practice. I can tell you how you know he's really fast. The new EA Sports college football game, he has the highest speed rating of the top 100 players at the quarterback position. This guy is blazing fast down here. It's a hard adjustment for this Georgia defense.
It looks like a video game, doesn't it? This start for the offense. Limited to a 2-yard gain that time. Second down. Pressure picked up. Low throw. And going down to get it is Bernard. Ruled a catch. And it'll be 3rd and 1.
Keeps the streak alive at these receptions. That time misses a little low, but a pretty good catch by these receivers.
Tied. That's going to be looked at. They were trying to get him play fast.
On the field is a completed pass.
It went right through his hands.
Play is under video review.
Pretty easy replay review. It is the first incompletion of Milroe's night, and it sets up a 3rd and 8. Kobe Prentice, receiver, lining up in the backfield. Now he'll go in motion. Dogs are showing some pressure. Rush 4. Milroe has to escape again. Flips it. And the catch is made to Robbie Oots and he's down near the marker, and DeBoer, if the pattern holds, will go for this on 4th down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with Jalen Milroe back there, ability to run it or throw it. Playbook is wide open. They're up 21 at the 35. You have to go for this, and they are.
Oots, the big 270-pound, like a fullback-looking guy.
I thought he'd be in Madison with Wisconsin with that name and that look, but here he is in Tuscaloosa. Here we go. Talk about an opportunity for Georgia. Get a stop, try to get another score. Remember, they get the ball to start the second half. It's a big play for both teams.
Shift around. That's Miller to the right of Milroe. And to get the Dogs to flinch. They're not buying it. Georgia disciplined that time, and DeBoer spends a timeout.
He certainly has had that up to this point.
And the Dogs give their offense the football back on 4th down. Handoff. Miller stopped. Miller jammed up at the line of scrimmage as Dan Jackson Field and the Dogs defense finally makes a play.
That's what I just said. You're looking for an opportunity. Daniel Harris actually steps up and takes on the block. You'll see 5 come back this way. Watch 7 and White take him on, and that frees up, taking that block right there, stoning him at the line, and then that allows Dan Jackson to be able to clean that up. This is the first chance that Georgia has, not just to stop, but like I said, with just under 3 minutes to go, Stackhouse fired up. They're thinking touchdown into the half, and then get the ball to start the second half. If everything goes the way they would like it, it'd be 28-21, and now you're in the middle of the third quarter. Long way to go, but that's the thinking of a Georgia player, fan, coach, everybody on red and black.
Pass to the far right, empty backfield. 3-man rush. Beck surveys, throws it right to Alabama. It's picked off by Jahad Campbell. A disastrous turnover just when the Dogs had momentum. The second for Beck tonight.
If you look at Campbell, how much he's improved. He and Lawson together in the middle. Here he is right here. Here's the seam. Watch it open up, but he's got to be able to clear the linebacker. That's a tough throw with a safety also in the middle of the field. Throws it right into the chest there of Campbell, who just reads his eyes and brings him right back over there. Hits him right in the chest. Poor decision by Beck after the big stop by the Dogs defense.
Campbell, part of a tremendous linebacking core to Alabama. He's strong off the edge, rushing the passer, and can play coverage too. Dupree spins, takes a big shot, and gets down near the 13.
Think of the psyche of that Georgia defense. Wow. You just came up with your first stop of the game. There's Campbell celebrating. You get your first stop of the game. You're over there just getting some water. Schumann's congratulating you. First play, pick. You got to go back out on the field. That is a tough ask now to stop this offense with the way they are humming.
Aggressive approach against this sudden change defense. They get 13 on 1st down. Try the middle, and that one is stopped cold. Gabe Harris Jr. with the stop.
Boy, Carson Beck, a guy that typically makes good decisions. 2 interceptions tonight. I think that's his first career multi-interception game in his career.
2-minute timeout. A shocking first 28 minutes. Bama trying to add to this big lead off a second takeaway against Carson Beck. 2nd and 11. All kinds of time. A dart over the middle. It's bobbled and intercepted. Picked off. Is a flag down, so hold on a second.
I think we're going to have a hold on the right side by Elijah Pritchett.
Field is an incomplete pass. A correction. An interception by the defense. Holding. Offense. Number 57. The penalty is declined. 1st down, Georgia.
Dan Jackson came up with the interception off the carom. First thrown by Milroe this season. So a desperately needed takeaway on the deflection there.
Yeah, the ball's behind him. Dupree actually does get his hands on this football. Delays, releases, tries to get it between the backers behind him. And that's the first ball we've really seen where it's not perfectly thrown. Behind him, yeah, he can catch it, but because it's behind him, there's a chance to hit him. Ball goes in the air, and Georgia gets on top of it.
Kirk, you were thinking, rightfully so, about the daily double for the Dogs. Now they got 95 yards to go, and a quarterback who's looked shaky. What do you do here? It's Etienne to his right. Beck from the end zone. Across the middle, almost through a third pick. Wow, Deontay Lawson from his linebacker spot was thinking pick six.
What a job of reading the eyes. Just playing center field from linebacker. Read the eyes, almost stepped right in front of that.
I'm going to ask you
and
about the eyes.
He telegraphs this. Watch the eyes here. He's looking, look, he stares it right down, right down. And that's a veteran, one of the top linebackers in college football right there. Almost comes up with that walk-in pick six.
Help us understand what's going on inside Beck's head at the moment. He's not seeing it.
No, not at all.
The thinking is a little fuzzy.
They got 8 up there.
Pressure picked up. Bullet down the middle, but nobody home. Great coverage. Nowhere near Lovett, and it's 3rd and 10.
Keep going to get recognizing Kane Womack, the defensive coordinator. You imagine filling the shoes of a Nick Saban era of defense. Has had a lot of great coordinators, but it's obviously about Nick Saban. Kane Womack has stepped in here. Boy, he has held back a lot of pressures. We haven't seen any of this. I think they had 5 snaps all year where they rushed 5 or more. Tonight it's been a gauntlet coming after, and they've changed up the look, showing it and dropping it, other times bringing more than they can handle. I think they may do it here.
He said you're going to see stuff they've never seen on tape anywhere. Invented for this game. Heavy pressure. Beck off his back foot, just heaves it to green grass. Could not block the crimson wave that came at him, and it's 4th down.
They show it, they drop. We just talked about this. They want intentional grounding from the end zone. You bring 8 guys, and you've got 7 to be able to block. Bring 1 more than they can handle. You got guys coming free. 2 end up getting in there. They're talking about it, and they are going to get him. Nobody downfield.
It took a while. There was a lot of urging from Kalen DeBoer on the Alabama sideline. But Daniel Gator gets the crew together. Yeah, that was just an obvious attempt to avoid his safety, and that's what it's going to be with that call.
Is a safety.
Hey, Chris, you said it. It's the intent. That's why they had to discuss it. No flag initially. You had a couple receivers that were going downfield. With Dylan Bell on the right sideline. You got a receiver here as well. They're out wide. They're just going downfield vertically. But you could see he feels that pressure and he just heaves it downfield. That's what the officials came together to talk about after Kalen DeBoer says, guys, what are we looking at?
You know, number 2 rated quarterback on all the NFL draft board. A lot of personnel people watching this game tonight, and it's been a nightmarish first 30 minutes for Beck. Adams on this kick. And Adams has room. Flag flies as he's knocked down at midfield. So it's going to be against Alabama. Negates a 33-yard return. It's the Tide trying to add to their total before halftime now.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 8. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Alabama.
Very, very different position for Kirby Smart to be in a big game. Long throw, still staying aggressive. And the catch is made, and falling forward is Josh Cuevas. Another tight end gets involved. He was the Husky.
I just can't believe the throws were, and again, I know you're back to not want to, you don't want to give up the big one, but just, I mean, that's a big game right there, and just easy throws.
Across the middle, catch made. Prentice unable to escape. It picks up about 6 more before Everett gets him down again. No timeouts for Bama.
There's no rerouting. There's easy access, and it makes it pretty easy on the quarterback to just throw underneath when you're clearing out. We've seen a lot of that in the first half.
Inside of the final minute, Prentice again makes the catch, spins back into the field of play. Clock will stop momentarily. They move the sticks to the 44.
Great job of just reading the coverage, not panicking, not predetermining where to go with the football, just taking what this defense is giving you.
Milroe over 200 yards passing now to go with a 100-yard rushing night. Cuevas again on the sidelines, just looking so effortless for him.
Yeah, and again, let's just show you what I'm talking about. When you blitz people, you walk guys up, and they don't get home. Look at the access right here. it's just strange to see this. I mean, he could have thrown it there to Lovett. Instead, he ends up going to the backside where he can get out of bounds. Smart decision, but a lot of this has been, again, it's been not just in prevent, it's been happening most of this half.
Trick play to flea flicker. Milrose going to flip it back underneath there to Bernard, and Bernard's going to be dropped at the 50, and they're just trying to toy with him now. Starks makes the tackle without a timeout. That's going to create some urgency here as they lose big yardage.
Yeah, that's all Malachi Starks. If he doesn't make that play, there are about 5 offensive linemen out in front that would have led him down that left sideline. So Starks saves the day by hustling and reading that pretty quickly.
Georgia spending a timeout. Pressure comes. It's picked up. Milroe gets it out, throws into traffic. DeBoer wants a pass interference call, doesn't get one. Daniel Harris was in coverage. He can't believe it.
Yeah, there you go for Alabama fans. He's so mild-mannered with the media, and when you see him talk, there's that competitive spirit showing up. He is fired up. It's definitely a pass interference. He definitely got there early. You could see why. Anytime you see Kalen DeBoer get animated like that, it's usually for a good reason. He's not just going to do that to do that. He's going to do that when he feels that he has the right to be upset. Harris clearly hits the receiver.
So instead of a first down in Alabama in field goal range, chance to add to the lead, here comes a punt. Imagine that. The Crimson Tide. James Burnham, the other elite Aussies in this game. And they'll take a delay of game and back him up.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Doesn't look like a big deal, but DeBoer, you could read his lips, oh my God, are you kidding me? As
I just love for people to see that fire, because like I said, I mean, you don't see that side of him except when he gets out here. You know, Nick Saban always had that reputation at this podium being a different guy. I mean, a very intense guy.
Burnham. It's muffed. A scramble for the ball down at the 8-yard line.
It is a real scramble. That is a battle for the ball.
Oh, Anthony Evans just able to fall on his own fumble and avoid another disastrous turnover. Wow. Not
in great position. You see him lean and try to make that catch. Did he catch a break to get back on top of that football? There's plenty of time when 19 seconds if Bama gets on top of that at the 8-yard line. They got a few shots, even without timeouts, few shots at the end zone. Kirby talking to him there.
Could have been a knockout punch in the first half.
Yep.
Had they given up possession there. Well, what does Carson Beck try to do here with the last 19 seconds of a disastrous first half? Gets the ball quickly on the perimeter. Smith is electric. Breaks one tackle. Stopped at the 23. Interested to get the reaction of the crew. The Ford halftime report coming up. Nick Saban part of the crew with Reese, Dez. Is Pat still here?
No, Pat went back.
Throw across the middle, and Colby Young trots out of bounds out across the 35. Just 3 seconds to go. A chance for Beck to heave it way downfield. $355 yards of total offense for Alabama. Defense has been stout. They come up with the safety. They limit Georgia to 123. Short pitch, hoping that Arian Smith can break a whole bunch of tackles. And he'll finally be corralled inside the Alabama 40, and that will be the end of a stunning first half here in Tuscaloosa. Some pushing and shoving, frustration obvious for the Dogs. Alabama feeling pretty juiced up themselves.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Alabama number 58. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the second half kickoff.
Coach, what are the important things that you'll say to your team right now in the locker room to get them to regroup?
Well, the most important thing is we got to get some stops. You know, Alabama's been really explosive tonight. We've had no answer from Milroe. He's a great athlete, phenomenal athlete. We've struggled to tackle him. We don't have the edges. They've done a really good job throwing with him out of empty, and that's been new. But we got to get some stops and allow. Our offense hasn't been bad. We just can't get our offense on the field, and we haven't stopped him, and we turned the ball over.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks,
Laura?
Thanks, Holly. Coach, what's allowed for the success, both passing and rushing, for Jalen Milroe tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he's just staying within himself. I think we're putting him in good spots. Guys are blocking for him. And then we're going out and making the play. And, you know, he's really progressed, and you're seeing him, you know, do what we asked him to do, and he's comfortable doing it right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Penalty on Alabama after the first half expired means they'll kick it off from the 20. And this is Evans from the 13. Chance to build momentum. And Anthony Evans is knocked down across the 40. Georgia has been an effective second half team in the young season so far. Ran away from Clemson. Ground out a come from behind win against Kentucky. The challenge appears more significant right now. Etienne goes backwards and never does get the edge, tackled by the freshman Xavier Brown. Holly, what do you have?
Well, Georgia football is trying to regain their composure. I think it's worth noting that only one player on this entire team has ever played a game here at Alabama. It's been loud down here at times. But one of the guys that's trying to get them fired up here on the sideline is Tate Ratledge. He is missing tonight, but he's on his scooter. He was getting the offensive line fired up. Guys, go out, assert your dominance. It's our time now. This offensive line's got to start making a statement for Georgia to get back in the game.
Behind the 6 on second down here, just by about a few inches. Back, lofting a throw, miscommunication, and very nearly another interception as Dylan Bell broke off the route, and Xavier Brown was the nearest man to the ball.
Yeah, you'd love it working to the outside, and I don't know the confusion there, but Dylan Bell almost looked like he was going to start to block instead of running a route downfield.
Yes, Kirk, you've seen the tape. Georgia went from being the best third down team in the country a year ago to being very substandard coming in, and 0 for 5 tonight.
Coming into tonight, they've been at 3rd and 7. That's been their average on the year. It's tough to execute on 3rd and 7. Now here they are at 3rd and 10.
Pressure immediately, and Beck is knocked down. Deontay Lawson out of Mobile. Free runner.
Again, they dial it up with Kane Womack. Look how fired up he is.
A little nod of the head.
Yeah. Robinson walks up. He's an outside linebacker who they walk up right here on this 3rd down. But watch the delayed blitz here. That's where it ends up coming home. It's the AT&T clicker right here. It's that delay. Good job of disguising offensive line because it's so late. They don't do a good job of picking it up. Also, the back out of the backfield doesn't even see it.
Relentless pressure on Beck. And when he has had a little bit of time, he hasn't been able to deliver on target. Cole Adams makes the fair catch, 44-yard punt. Had failure against his home state Longhorns on this field a year ago. Bounced back from that. Was able to win an SEC championship, of course. Comes up a yard short on the goal line against Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Keeps it all the way and is pushed along the near sideline.
And there's his parents right there. Can imagine their feelings. You bring up that Texas game where they lost, and he got confused with some coverage in that game, the USF game, where he ends up, you know, by then he'd been sat down. They were just reeling as an offense. Comes back and ends up really settling in and becoming a guy they can count on. Think about how far he's come from last September to this September and where he is right now.
Couldn't be more polar opposite. Look to his right, has the football, takes off, gets a big shot as he goes to the ground at the 31. Don't want to take too many of those from Smile Monday.
Yeah, I love when he starts to take off horizontally, and then at some point he sees that crease and he puts his foot in the ground and gets, you know, immediately kind of jumps into it and then gets north and south.
Need 4. See, keep this drive going. Wilbur flips it, and it's incomplete. Tried to lead Bernard into space, got his fingertips on it, but also Heard some footsteps.
Yeah, it's a good job by this defense. Mikael Williams, who's back in the lineup off to the far right there against Pritchard, just pushing him back into the face of the quarterback. They're not playing man-to-man. Good job of sitting back this time by Glenn Schumann, a defensive coordinator. Eyes are on the football. They did a crosser. Defense in good position. And even if they were able to complete that, they're short of the first down.
Evans back deep. James Burnett called on for just the second time tonight, and he booms a high deep one. Evans chance at a return, but the Tide fly down there and they knock it down right where he caught it. That's what you call flip of the field. And sometimes the body language isn't what everyone in the Georgia organization would like for it to be. He's got to elevate his play, and he's got to help spark belief in his teammates that the comeback is possible. There's a nice throw downfield. Out of the hands. Right now they're going to rule it now. It's incomplete. Deshaun Jones came in and knocked it out of there.
Well, that's that's a great throw, but a heck of a play by Deshaun Jones. Gets behind him, see the corner on the outside. He catches up, gets that left hand in there to knock the ball loose. So he gets it in between defenders, but good hustle effort by Jones to get that ball out.
If Delp had held it for another split second, it could have been a catch and a fumble. 2nd and 10. Ball quickly to the perimeter. They got blockers out there for Lovett, and he's knocked down at the 25.
Boy, this defense flying right now, all night. Not right now. They are just one step ahead, anticipating, looking at the formations, running to the football. How often have you seen tonight? Not many crimson jerseys and helmets flying in pursuit to the football. Every single time.
Seeking their first 3rd down conversion against Womack's defense. Needs 6. Back. Scrambles. Now goes sideways. Instead of going forward to the marker, he'll be stopped a yard short. Jahad Campbell got him down. Just lost awareness, apparently, of where the marker was.
Yeah, underestimating the speed of this defense. I don't know why he just didn't keep going upfield. He'd have a shot if he would have just taken off there and gone, but instead he tries to go outside. He has no chance of getting out there.
Going for it on 4th down. Cass Jones is the back. He's got the ball. He's powering forward. It's going to be just enough for Georgia to keep the football here. They had to earn every inch of it.
Yeah, that is right at the marker. They will move that. Pretty good effort. Not, again, you get to those 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts against Alabama's defense with the size that they have on that defensive line, the linebacker play that they have. They got that by about 2 inches. They got to get the ball downfield.
Got Etienne lined up far left of the formation, right near the sideline. 4 receivers in the pattern. Back, steps up out of the pocket, takes off, and will slide down after picking up about 8.
Yeah, as he took off, the safeties from Alabama started to look at him. He actually had a streaking receiver down that right sideline. I think it was Dominic Lovett. He just didn't see him as he was scrambling. He was behind the line and could have flipped it. That would have been a touchdown.
On the edge, there's Lovett. Gets around a block. Dominic Lovett in a foot race, and they'll finally haul him down. That was Campbell showing tremendous speed in pursuit. There is a flag down.
Holding. Offense. Number 5. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains 2nd down.
It was a 35-yard play, but they flagged Anthony Evans, and it'll be costly, moving way back.
It was right where he caught the football. He just trying to make a block out in front, grabbed a hold of the jersey. So he's just getting right out in front. Good hustle. Again, there's those Alabama defenders, and then he just locks up to onto that jersey there. Here's the play real quick I was talking about. It was actually right here as he starts to scramble. Watch him, watch the safety right here. And while he was behind the line, boy, that would have been a big play if he could have located that.
Might have been called a horse color, by the way, in the tackle against Lovett at the end of the play. It wasn't called, and now there's a flinch up front. It's Xavier Truss. Wondered, which offensive line, they both had their issues in the young season, which could really step up and perform and elevate tonight another level or two. It's clearly been Alabama. So now back behind the sticks on second down. Branson Robinson tries to cut back. Runs right into heavy traffic. It's been tough all night. Lawson and Campbell there.
They've done a really good job of rotating bodies on and off the field. They are staying fresh into this second half with this defense flying and getting off of blocks. It's James Smith, 23, that's out there. Watch 23. Look how quick and powerful he is. Gets penetration. Now you're in no man's land. Easy to clean it up for Lawson.
Another crack at third down. Still looking for their first conversion.
7 guys up there.
They don't bring pressure. Ball comes out quickly on the edge and stopped short. Bumped out of bounds there as Evans. Malachi Moore cleaned it up. Good effort by Evans, but it's fourth down again. This time they're going to need about 3, Kirk.
How many times have we seen Ladd McConkey run a play like this throughout his career in Athens? And as you said, Evans did everything he could to give himself a chance. Good effort there by Moore, the veteran there on the back end.
Another desperation play midway third quarter for this Dogs offense. Protection, throw across the middle, and catch made in traffic by Lovett. Did well to hold on to the ball. Devontae Smith was in tight coverage.
And again, another one of these first downs where maybe by ½ a yard, you pick this first down up. Coming from the left side, trying to get separation on a crossing route. It's a good throw that time out in front. Give him a chance there to not only catch the ball, hold on to it, knows exactly where he needed to go for that first down. Very close.
0 for on third down, but 3 for 3 on fourth down tonight are the Dogs. Twice on this drive. Back down the middle, broken up. Malachi Moore drifting back, got a hand on it as he tried to squeeze it in and says, yeah, I saw that in tape. I'm ready for that one.
He did. The veteran graduate, played a lot of football in a lot of big games. Again, just sinking, reading the eyes, head on a swivel, looking for that potential crosser coming in behind him. Got good depth there.
He's one of the guys that's the main communicators on this defense, something that Alabama has always been known for throughout the Saban era. And pretty strong in the post-Saban era, too. Etienne, tough run, dragging folks out across the 45. Sets up another makeable third down try here.
Alabama playing smart defense. I mean, they're not even across midfield, and this is 11. They have 11 plays.
Wow. 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, 12th play of this drive. I mean, Alabama's thinking, Woolman's thinking, hey, sinking coverage, let's win a line of scrimmage, get pressure, blitz, whatever we can do, rally to the football. If they're going to get a first down, it's okay. Let that clock keep going. Just don't give up a big one.
Beck looking for a big one downfield on third down, and it's broken up. That was good coverage on Lovett by Devontae Smith.
Kirby all over the place. Lost his visor. He is really frustrated that he did not get an interference call. They went with a slot fade to Lovett. Tight coverage there for the nickel. Devontae Smith never locates the ball, and that's what he's upset about. Usually when you don't turn your head, you don't locate the ball, there's some hand-to-hand combat. That's usually a foul, Bill. Surprised they didn't call that one.
Yeah, when you're not looking for the ball, you're going to be held more responsible for that type of contact.
He said grab the jersey. You can read his lips. Georgia got away with an obvious pass interference at the end of the half. Smith, who defended that play, is being checked out. Fourth down. Flags down, free play for Beck, who fires across the middle and also throws another interception to Campbell, who jumped the route, but the Tide jumped off, and then it'll make it 4th down and perhaps just inches. It may be enough to give him a first down. A couple of flags down, actually.
Fouls on the play by each team. Holding, offense, number 55. Offsides, defense, number 23 in the neutral zone at the snap. The fouls will offset. Remains 4th down.
Wow, so instead of a free play, it's actually offsetting penalties, and it'll be 4th and 5 again.
Not just a free play, but it probably first down.
Yep.
New set of downs. Instead, the hold there, mental error by Jared Wilson. They keep disguising, they keep messing with this offensive line, and the quarterback Beck, they've had him rattled throughout the game, mixing up these looks. Like I said, sometimes pressure and drop, sometimes show it and bring it. Now they're disguising.
Four-man rush. Beck gets the pass away, incomplete. And here's a flag that comes in. Cash Jones came out of the backfield, was grabbed by Deontay Lawson.
Well, the one that Kirby was fired up about, where the back didn't get his head turned around.
Defense, number 0. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
I mean, he does grab onto the jersey, but I don't think he's going to make this play. But right there, he definitely grabs on.
It's a small grab with the shirt that's actually underneath the jersey. Bill, was that enough?
Yeah. It's the 13th play of this drive, and they're now at about 6 minutes.
A grinding drive. Another downfield shot in the traffic. Malachi Moore came tracking. He's just kind of flirting with an interception almost every throw, Kirk, it seems.
Yeah, they drop safeties. Again, he's getting a pre-snap one high look, and then you see this looks like one high, but it's a snap of the ball. You get a safety that drops back here. So now he can play that half of the field. Good job of getting his body turned, and now he's got a chance to show the range and almost comes up with that interception. But Carson Beck, as a veteran, really getting fooled by the defense and the looks that Kane Womack's giving him.
You said I saved a lot of tape. I didn't see any of this stuff on there. Short throw, catch made on the edge, and breaking a tackle is Lovett, who's off and running. Lovett, their most explosive pass play tonight, and the true freshman Red Morgan, who's in for Devontae Smith at the moment, missed the tackle.
Bring 8 on pressure. We just talked about how they're showing it and dropping it. This time they bring it, trusting their defensive backs to hold up on islands. Good job of shaking Red Morgan there. Huge yards after the catch.
Play 15 of the drive, finally in the red zone. Right down the middle, high throw, touchdown, Arian Smith. And the Dogs still have life thanks to a huge march of 80 yards. Took 6:44.
This is the improvement of Arian Smith, who used to be just kind of a straight line guy. Watch his release. Outside jab, upfield, getting that separation. Easy throw when you get a receiver who wins at the line of scrimmage. That time Carson Beck says, thank you very much. I got an open guy downfield. And that drive is 15 plays and 6:44 off the clock.
Offense on the field. Kirby Smart electing to go for Dos. Brought to you by Dos Equis. They tried it before, and a penalty set him way back and to kick the point, just to make it a 15-point game. On the move. Flips it back across his body, and on the back line, Lawson Lucky, the tight end, catches the conversion, and it is a 2-score, not a 3-score game, thanks to that conversion.
Yeah, motion Smith. You have trips now to the right. Once you motion, you got 3 receivers, then he's going to roll right. And here's the receiver, the tight end that he ends up throwing back to, Lucky. All the attention out to the right. Good job of coming back. Opens up nicely, and he puts it in a place where Lucky, big, tall, 6'4", tight end, holds on to it, like you said, do it in 15.
Pass was slightly deflected by a fingertip before it got to Lucky. A couple of touchdowns make it a 15-point game here. Still midway third. This is Ryan Williams from the 7. And 17-year-old spins out across the 20. One team was really hungry and desperate today. The other one was not. Great road win for Kentucky. On the edge, Miller takes the pitch. Jackson flew up there and knocks him out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. Holly?
Well, guys, the vibe on the Georgia sideline has really changed. After that touchdown that pulled them within 15 points, they were yelling and screaming. Jalen Walker, number 11 on defense, came over to the offense and said, I told you, we can get this going. I promise you, we've got you here. They need to stop here to get some momentum back for that offense.
He kept the edge that time. That was a serious problem on those perimeter runs in the first half. Empty backfield. Dupree, the tight end, lines up far to the left. Milroe, lots of time, and an easy pitch and catch. Williams has first down yardage out across the 30.
Really good read, being patient there. I thought initially he might try to throw to the tight end. He came off of him in the middle. Had a nice opening once again, and that Georgia zone defense just sitting nicely, the freshman.
And now the freshman goes down the middle. Williams bobbled and caught. And the incredible start for this prodigy continues. He made that an adventure, but another electric play from number 2.
But you put Malachi Starks as a safety who can cover on the electrifying freshman. He's got great ball skills. That ball gets behind him. What a job there by Williams' concentration. But how about Milroe going to the 17-year-old freshman against the crafty veteran Starks, and he hits it.
1, 2. How many times did he bobble it? Like 3 or 4. Great focus, as you said. He has the it factor. He's just him, as they say. You cannot believe that this guy is the age he is. Saraland High School down the Mobile area, where so many great Crimson Tide players have come from. 54-yard play as Alabama gets the spark on offense they haven't had, and he's on the verge of leading his team in receptions and in receiving yards in all 4 games of his college career. Keeper blocks, and that time Georgia did a better job defending Milroe on the edge. Knocked down after a few yards by Everett.
Yeah, for people that might think, how is a guy 17 years old playing college football? You know, you see some of these guys reclassifying. They move up. They feel they're ready to go, and academically they're good to go, and he's able to move up a class. And so here he is as a 17-year-old. Some guys, by the way, just have it. Like Smitty when he was here. Devontae Smith, the moment was never too big. Ice in his veins. This kid reminds me of that crowd wanting Michael Williams to get a penalty. Has time to get off the field.
Take the handoff. Milroe cuts it back to the right, and Dogs do a great job defending that time. Malachi Starks stayed at home, and they dropped behind the line.
Yeah, much better job on the edge of this defense. The safeties there. Starks. Good job of running there by Damon Wilson. Better group effort.
Jalen Walker, who left, is back on the field. Kirk is a very important component to this defense. Edge rusher, 3rd and 10. Justice Haynes, the back. And he's got the ball out of the backfield. He's hit immediately. So Dan Jackson and Malachi Starks, the Georgia safeties, playing much better here in the second half, and here comes a field goal attempt.
I think we all came into this game thinking that this would be the defense that we would have seen at the beginning of this game, where they're in position. Yeah, you're giving up some completions, but guys are right there. So give credit to Glenn Schumann and also Kirby Smart for adjustments that they made at halftime to at least give them a shot here, because that first half was tough. This has been much better.
Nicholson won the Lou Groza Award to the top college kicker, 27 of 28, Miami, Ohio, a year ago. Looking for his first made field goal attempt at Alabama. Missed one in the opener and just sneaks it inside that right upright. That was close from 28 yards. So Alabama took about 4 minutes off the clock, added 3 to the lead. And fair caught by Anthony Evans. 15-play drive, took a whole lot of time. And here's a throw on the sideline. Dylan Bell good battle for the football. That one was won by Damani Jackson, who earned the pick earlier for Alabama.
Well, if I'm an SEC coach and I'm watching this game and I thought, okay, they lost Kool-Aid last year, they lost Terry and Arnold. You know, this is a young secondary. I want to see how these guys do. Well, Damani Jackson over from USC, that was him. Xavier Brown, how they done tonight? Devontae Smith in the slot. And you look at the system that they're running with Womack tonight, it's going to be scary for teams to match up with this defense.
Etienne cuts it back. All the defensive backs he started in that SEC championship game except Malachi Moore are gone. You mentioned the two corners are in the NFL. Caleb Downs is on the payroll of Ohio State, playing very well for the Buckeyes so far. So it's up to Moore and these newcomers, Sabb and Jackson, and the freshman Brown.
Yeah, it's been really amazing. And they also lost 3 corners besides the 2 to the NFL. It's to the transfer portal with the coaching change. So a lot of young bodies back there. But, boy, they stepped up and shown the SEC and the country how good they can be.
Georgia again on 3rd down. But this time converting, going down low is Arian Smith, and that breaks the 0 for 9 on 3rd down.
And I think the thing that really stands out to me is this defense is doing a lot. I mean, they're not just sitting in 1 or 2 coverages. They're showing, they're disguising, they're showing one thing, going to another, and they're in sync. They're connected as a group in the back.
Playing fast, final 20 seconds of the 3rd quarter, and going back to try to make a catch is Oscar Delp. But again, the ball placement from Beck was not what he wanted.
No, he threw that behind him. And we've seen a few of those where it just seems like he's falling off the throw, leaning to his left after the throw. And that's what brings the ball to the back shoulder there. He's not intentionally trying to put that there. He's got room to put that just in front of him and be able to get that catch.
So just by that much that I miss it. But again, Delp, big tight end, not a wide receiver. Tougher for a big fella to make that adjustment. Beck, long throw to the sidelines. Hard-earned catch made. And Bell dragged down in the field of play, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. But they need something to happen quickly. Etienne can make it happen quickly, but he has been corralled by this tight run defense, and Deontay Lawson makes another big play.
How about the true freshman, Red Morgan, also force that ball back to the inside to let Lawson and the rest of that defense get there. Great job from that nickel spot there by the true freshman, 16.
Pressed into duty as Devontae Smith left the ball game with an injury. 4th down again. They need 6. Or else the Tide are going to take over in plus territory.
Look at Lawson, that green dot linebacker 0, just takes control like a quarterback there. Really good player, communicating, getting everybody lined up.
Back across the middle. Another squeezed into tight target, and Dylan Bell has become one of his go-to guys, and the Dogs with a 1st down in Bama territory.
Great job by Carson Beck. This time, man-to-man, you got to get an inside release, and you got to get it into him before that safety can come over and dislodge that football. Got it out in a hurry. Gave him a chance because it was low to go down and get it.
Staying alive here in this game with these 4th down conversions. On 1st down, Beck loses the football. They knocked it out of his hands, and Latham makes the recovery. Rusa knocked it loose. Another turnover for Beck.
We're going through the personnel on the Alabama defense with Kane Womack, and we got to number 4, who was a little iffy because of an ankle, and his eyes lit up. Said most gifted linebacker that we have off the edge, number 4. One didn't know if he could go. He's got power. You could see the change of direction, the awareness to be able to get his hands on the football. So he might not be at 100%, but he makes a big impact on this game here in the 4th quarter with that left hand knocking the ball loose.
Playing through some pain. It was a high ankle sprain against the Badgers. And now Alabama is set up at the 48. Justice Haynes darts forward. Boy, the turnovers have just been crushing tonight, and you could not have expected this out of a quarterback as solid and reliable as Carson Beck.
Or this Georgia offense, for that matter. I mean, it's a tough ask to come into Tuscaloosa anytime, September, October, November. But yeah, the turnovers in the Alabama defense just taking the wind out of their sails throughout this game.
Tide lined up quickly. I was thinking, why are they playing with tempo up 18? We'll take a look at the sidelines. And it's Milroe, and a much better job stopping the quarterback runs in the second half. C.J. Allen made the play.
Yeah, this one was a little bit slow in developing. Gave those linebackers like C.J. Allen plenty of chance to get out there and not allow him. If you missed the first half, he was running out on the edge. He and a lot of the receivers, we saw Bernard going in jet motion. Basically, anytime they wanted to get the ball outside, they took it. And since the halftime adjustments, we've not seen that nearly as much.
Take the play clock down. Snap it at 7. Heavy pressure. Ball is out. Justice Haynes will be stopped behind the line of scrimmage there by Warren Brinson. One of those guys who's been playing through some pain. Got hurt against Clemson. Back tonight.
Best thing you can say if you're a Georgia fan right now is we're at week 4. There's a long way to go. And I just love to see, I think Kirby mentioned it when he was talking earlier, I love to see a team fight. I mean, I just love, especially early in the year, they're not giving up. This defense is doing everything they can to try to get the football back. You'd expect that from a Kirby Smart team, but it's good to see that from a champion who's won 42 regular season games in a row in the regular season. And tonight it's not going their way, but they are still fighting on that defense.
Burnham, who can kick it a mile, and tries to hit it softer and have it check up, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. Oh, just eluded coverage team down there trying to down the ball at the 1-yard line before the beginning of the 4th quarter. Georgia off the stop, takes over at the 20. 3-man rush, ball pressed downfield, and again, Alabama defensive back, that's Jalen Bakwe, gets there and contests the catch and breaks it up.
But Bakwe is another true freshman. We're talking about Damani Jackson, talked about Xavier Brown. Now how about number 9, 5'11", 192 pounds. Able to get around that receiver because he has his eyes on the football and knocks it away.
Played quarterback, very little defense in high school, won a state championship as a quarterback then in Clay, Alabama.
Looked pretty good as a corner to me there.
Yeah, it did. Kind of natural. Back, trying to escape. Checks it down. Etienne held inbounds. Picks up about 8.
Part of this is because it's 33-15, but they've been in catch-up mode since the first half. We're talking at the break. Without McConkey, without Bowers, who's the game breaker? Who's the guy that can score? You get down like this, who can? And part of it's Bama's defense and what they're doing, but who's the guy?
Arian Smith had one play downfield.
And he's done it. And he's done it throughout his career. But somebody's got to be able to get downfield.
Is it Smith? Is it Lovett? They need a chunk play. Trying downfield again. This is Lovett in a battle, and it is broken up again by that freshman Morgan. They're taking shots. They're just coming up empty.
Yeah, so that's the 3rd true freshman on the back end that we've been talking about. Xavier Brown won. So Mbakwe, and now Red Morgan is, like we keep talking about, he's been in defense as a run defender. He's been able to step up. Now he's out there making plays downfield in coverage.
They need to convert yet again on 4th down. Need 3 here. 4 for 4 so far tonight. That's the only reason they're still in this game. Back across the middle, and that one they don't convert, but a flag comes in. That was Keon Sabb in coverage against Lawson Lucky, the tight end.
That was really physical.
Holding defense number 34. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
And you got Q Robinson on the penalty, announced 34.
Yeah. Well, but watch Lucky here. I mean, he's running, trying to get beyond the sticks. He's going to work back. Look how physical. It wasn't just the end of the play. It was the entire play there.
I'm not sure where Robinson was involved. May have meant 3.
Yeah, it was 3.
So again, they convert on 4th down. This time via penalty. Across the middle, and that's an accurate throw and a nice catch by Evans in traffic. He's come up big tonight. Had just one catch coming into this game.
See, they're showing man-to-man here, and then they get out of it and they roll to cover 2. So he's got to be able to hit that seam inside of that safety. Good throw that time.
20-yard gain, playing with tempo. Back another long throw, and the catch made. And fighting down near the goal line is Colby Young, the tall physical player. They came from Miami, first and goal now.
Yeah, 6'3". Now you got one safety in the middle, so that tells you you have one-on-one on the outside. Why not just throw it? He looks like he's covered. Throw it, bring him back to the ball, and at 6'3", adjust nicely.
Back again across the middle. Bobble caught, touchdown. Lawson Lucky. Tight end again coming up with a big play. And Georgia showing a lot of fight and good bounce back from Beck after his 3rd turnover tonight.
Now Beck is seeing the field. Now this is the Carson Beck that we've grown to come to kind of expect his ability to read coverage and deliver the football. Good job of coming back. Almost lost the handle of that football, but able to hold on to it.
Again, going for Dos, brought to you by Dos Equis, trying to cut this to an 11-point margin. Excuse me, a 10-point game if they make this. Batted away. Put it off to the left, but Keon Sabb was standing right there and knocked it down, so the lead sitting at 12. Booted deep, and the fair catch is going to be made by Adams. Kevin, thank you. Nod of the head from Mike Black, our trusted spotter, who's a former Broncos kicker. Over looking to throw in first down. Pump fakes, pats the ball, and now throws it over the head of Dupree, who was well covered.
And for Nick Sheridan as the play caller, this becomes a time where you're working with a 12-point lead, 9:39 to go. Like I said, you don't want to be too conservative. Being aggressive has worked for you, especially in the first half. But you just want to be smart. You want to continue to find your spots, but at the same time, clock just stops after that incompletion.
Not quite as crisp. The edge has come off this Alabama offense, and the Dogs playing much better defense after halftime.
They've handled Milroe on the ground only 7 yards in the second half on the ground, 106 on the ground first half.
Got to snap it quickly here. You just get it off. Milroe looking to run again. And not quite enough to get around the edge. Shoved out of bounds by freshman KJ Bolden. And the Tide have really struggled on 3rd down themselves tonight. Just 2 of 8. Will need 7 here to avoid giving the ball right back to Georgia.
You talk about a huge play right here. I mean, this is big with under 9:30 to go. Opportunity for Georgia's defense. Can they get pressure? Can they come up with a stop here?
Looks so effortless for Alabama through the first 18 minutes of this game. A lot tougher now. They bring some pressure. Milroe right down the middle, threw it behind Cole Adams, but he went down and got it, and they do convert. Big throw.
Yep. So they're spying with a couple backers right here, but they're playing man-to-man behind that. Now you got to be able to win. You got to get separation right here. It was exactly what they're able to do there with Cole Adams. Made that look really easy walking away from Dalen Everett.
Wasn't perfectly on the money. Nice adjustment to collect the ball by Adams.
When he's that open, right? I mean, yeah. You can throw it. He can adjust.
This time they hand it off on first down to Miller, and he's knocked down for a loss by Christian Miller. Every time, as you said, big play, because look at this clock running. Now you sense that although they want to continue to be aggressive, they will become much more conscious of using this clock in a two-possession game.
Yep.
Work the play clock down. They've got 20 more seconds to play with here.
Georgia just hanging around, just on the fringe.
And they snap it at 13. Keeper by Milroe. They were grabbing at that ball. Did he come out? Tyrion Ingram Dawkins was ripping at the quarterback's arm. Thought he had a takeaway, but Milroe did well to hold on to it.
Yeah, I thought he got in there and had a chance. He did attack the football, which you're expected to do down 12 in a fourth quarter. Milroe held on, but another third down.
From the pocket, he throws. It's broken up. Dangerous throw because Dalen Everett was tracking back. C.J. Allen brought the pressure.
Well, that time they bring pressure. They have not been getting home. This time they do. A little bit of movement here. Alabama going much faster there on that third down, but nobody picks up C.J. Allen. And those defensive backs all lined, all 5 of them right at the first down marker, knowing exactly where those receivers were trying to go. That time 6, able to work around the freshman.
Aggression has worked, as you pointed out. So is playing with some tempo. In that possession, some incomplete passes. They did not work the play clock down several times. Could have chewed up more of this. And now Beck will get the football back. So about half of the final quarter to play.
And they'll go 5 yards back here for Alabama.
False start. Offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Another thing to remember when you get into these situations, you got 3 timeouts and a new rule this year with a 2-minute timeout. So it's all about how quickly can you move down the field. If you are able to, how quickly can you move down the field?
Different look here. Georgia's got 2 men deep. Evans and Starks. And it bounces around dangerously. That bounce near where a couple of players were engaged in a block. Apparently it did not touch a Georgia player. And the Dogs within a dozen. 7:14 on the clock. Beck steps up, pitches downfield, and hits a man. It's Cash Jones, who's become a weapon out of the backfield, and all of a sudden, Georgia in Bama territory.
Yeah, they do a nice job of sliding him out, kind of on a wheel route here. Watch the coverage adjust with the receiver that goes downfield, Bell. Then he gets behind that defensive back. How about that throw by Carson Beck? This is the 15 we're used to seeing here in this second half.
Who can give you explosive plays? Cash Jones comes up with a 30-yarder. Beck pressing the ball downfield into coverage again. Caught! Arian Smith at the 1-yard line. In 2 plays, they're on the doorstep.
That's the 4th straight pass of 20 yards or more that he has hit in this second half. And let's give credit to these receivers adjusting back to these footballs, finding ways to make big plays. We asked for it. Who's it going to be? And they're finding a lot of different guys capable now of making these plays.
Whistles and points. Each team at the other side. Wow, did that happen in a hurry? It shows you the elite arm talent that he has. 30 yards and then 47 yards.
77 yards in 39 seconds.
All of a sudden, it's Alabama looking a little bit dazed. Cash Jones, who made that first big play, takes the handoff and just runs right into a crimson wall. Jahan Campbell and others make the play. Now down 12. Every play they don't get in the end zone, he chews into the clock. Clock is stopped. There's a Georgia offensive player down on the field. It's Jared Wilson.
Let's go back and look at this catch. A couple big plays by this offense, Chris, that you're referring to. Cash Jones had one of them, and then we go to Arian Smith. We talked about how he's made so many big plays in his career. Here's the progressive pylon cam to show you if he got close or how close. He's down at a 1-yard line.
Brown saved the touchdown there, but wow. Carson Beck has overcome 3 turnovers tonight, trying to rally his team to the biggest comeback in Georgia history. Etienne is the back. End around. Bell breaks into the end zone. Georgia very much alive and looking dangerous now. Touchdown again.
Chris, the block here. Outside blocks. Quick motion right here by Bell. It just opened up.
Well, we said there's going to have to be urgency, quick strike, and they've delivered that. Last 2 touchdown drives, 80 yards in a minute 46. That last one, 78 in a minute 35.
They're continuing to give themselves a chance. It's exactly what he probably told them. Just keep plugging along. We're going to get back into this game. And now, here they are.
Suddenly on fire. Dogs attack's going to get the ball back with a chance to win it. And this is mishandled by the freshman. A disastrous play. They have to just fall on it. That was Ryan Williams back there. Not a role that he's really played as a returner. Inexperience showing, and they're really backed up.
And they're looking at each other. You know, they're looking at each other. You have it, I have it, do you have it? And again, that's a 17-year-old. Not that it's his fault, but it's just miscommunication. And Adams just says, I got to get on top of this football. So they're inside their own 5-yard line.
As the mood shifted in here. High anxiety for the Tide faithful here in the end zone. Haynes trying to run out, just gets a little breathing room out near the 7.
How crazy is momentum in this sport of college football? In Alabama, their fans have been singing songs and having a great time and thinking about what they're going to do after the game. I'm talking about the majority of this game, 85, 90% of the game. And Georgia just kept battling. Here they are.
Milroe from the end zone. High throw, dangerous, and the catch is made for a first down by Jeremy Bernard. Not quite as accurate in the second half, Milroe. Bernard had to make a nice adjustment there.
And Miller got pressure on Jalen Milroe and forced him to throw that ball and kind of fall back as he threw it. And I think that's what impacted his accuracy. Nobody picks him up. You see him have to kind of fall back on that football. He's lucky he's able to get that over top of the big defensive lineman.
So a fresh set of downs, a chance to bleed more clock. Here's a first down carry by Haynes. Doesn't want to get out of bounds. I know the quarterback's more comfortable operating at tempo, but it would be nice to bleed a little more clock. They're not working the clock down anywhere near 0 before the snap again in this last series.
No, and that's the dilemma when you're working with a lead here, you know, with a new staff and a new coordinator, a new play caller. You know, do you bleed it and go ultra conservative? You know, they're like you said, they're not working clock at all here, up 5.
Second down, long throw. Catch is made by Dupree, but he's hit immediately there by Julian Humphrey. Short gain, and he'll set up a third down, and they'll need about 4.
Alabama's facing a defense that has more depth. Remember, that was an issue for Georgia. They had some of their defensive linemen down. They're back tonight. They're doing a great job of rotating, allowing them to stay fresh for moments like this in this game.
Dogs get a stop. Beck's going to get the football back with a chance to take the lead, if you can believe it. They're showing pressure, and they bring it. And Milroe on the move, makes the catch. Justice Haynes doesn't quite get there. C.J. Allen stops him short of the marker. 4th down. Decision for DeBoer. Does he dare go for it here?
Wow, big decision and great hustle from this defense. C.J. Allen was blitzing on this play. Number 3, he's in the middle of the defense. Haynes makes Malachi Starks. Look at 3 in the background. Without that effort, that's an easy first down. He gets him short with the effort, and Georgia stops Bama. They're going to punt the football and credit C.J. Allen for that play right there.
The miscommunication, the mishandled kick return really set him back, proved to be costly. And now Burnip will try to deliver a bomb if he can. Anthony Evans standing back at the Georgia 28 and steps up to make a fair catch at the 33. Plenty of time. We don't need to play urgently here. But he's looking to throw that downfield. Has a man wide open. Dylan Bell's got it. A foot race. Spins, spray, and scores. Can you believe it? Georgia has the lead. 67 yards. This place is stunned. Going for Dose again, brought to you by Dos Equis to make it a 3-point lead for Georgia. Beck takes off and will not get there. Stretches, but comes up short of the goal line.
Chris, let's go. You just said you don't necessarily have to hurry.
But they did.
And yet they did. Here's Bell, and here's the safety that ends up jumping this little shimmy, little inside move and up. Watch the move by Beck. The safety has his eyes on it. Beck gets it a little shoulder, just enough for the safety to try to jump it. That's how he ends up getting open. That is Sav, the transfer from Michigan. And this is where Bell shows you his toughness and physicality. What a call. Little inside move, get the safety to bite, and then get behind him. And a great throw by Carson Beck. And unbelievable. Georgia has taken the lead 34-33. This could be the largest comeback in the top 5 matchup of all time.
The biggest in Georgia history. I'll tell you, all of a sudden, what a shift from Milroe. They've been playing with the lead. It was a party in here. Now he's got to engineer a drive to avoid a total collapse. And they have zero momentum. The same two guys are deep here, Williams and Adams, and this delivers to let this one bounce into the end zone. There's a lot of calm and command from Milroe at the start of this game. He's got to have it right now. And they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Ryan Williams, still spinning free. Touchdown, Alabama. They answer in one play. 75 yards for the 17-year-old. Are you kidding us? Time to go for Ghost again. A lot of beer handed out here in the fourth quarter. Gosecki's bringing it to you. This to make the lead 6-7 actually. Low throw, goes down and grabs it. Jeremy Bernard. Wow.
Well, Chris, this is a great read by Milroe, who hasn't really made a play since the first half, but what he saw is this right here, a middle field safety, which tells him, I think I got a shot to my guy that can make a play to the outside. He's one-on-one. Look at the DB, never located the football. The receiver, Williams, does. That's why he was able to adjust back. Julian Humphrey never saw it. Out on an island because of the quickness there off the line of scrimmage. Look at this. It's not the greatest route, but it's the awareness and the ability to come back to the ball. And then what he does after the catch, this isn't a big guy. He's 175 pounds, but he just knows how to make plays when it matters. And he makes a huge play for Alabama. What an answer by the Tide.
That was special in about 3 ways. The speed to get open, the adjustment that he makes, and then the elusiveness, the spin move down the sideline. Here's Bernard going down low to ground the 2-point try.
Beat Malachi Starks there man-to-man. So Georgia, after all of that, had the lead for 13 seconds. Get him some water here. We got.
Will the Dolphins and the Titans deliver on Monday night like this? I'm not counting on it.
I'm not feeling that.
Quick throw, far side, incomplete off the hands of Arian Smith. I'm going to tell all these players, Kirk, that, hey, in the 12 playoff era, you can lose this game.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't really matter. There's no implications that are earth-shaking for the playoff. You want to remind these guys who are playing this way?
These kind of guys, that you can play them in ping pong, and they're going to swing it as hard as they can. These just competitors right here, giving it everything they have on both sides. I think you keep being aggressive. His young secondary from Alabama struggling to locate the ball.
Back, escapes, takes off, and no slide. Dives short of the marker. And we got the center, Jared Wilson, who was out down near the goal line that last time, is back in the ball game for the Dogs. That's a comfort to the quarterback, who had his wristband ripped off his hand there.
Had the backup ready to go.
A lot of cushion. Alabama playing off these receivers, trying not to give up yet another big play. And Etienne plows forward and drives for a strong run up near the 45.
Yeah, that formation to the right opened things up. There was no one on that left side remaining, so easy for the offensive line to open that up. And Etienne, still with fresh legs here in that fourth quarter, got downhill in a hurry. All 3 timeouts left.
Pressure comes. They pick it up and back off his back foot. A battle on the sidelines. No flag as Keon Sabb was defending Lucky. Test of stamina, mental and physical, with this Alabama defense. They have been ripped apart, really, by Beck in the second half. Somebody on this Bama defense going to have to make a play to avoid Beck perhaps taking this game to overtime. Plenty of time again. Sideline throw, catch made, and skipping out of bounds after an 8-yard gain is Bell. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Arian Smith 132 yards receiving tonight. Bell now right at 100. Both of those two have stepped up. Lovett, 7 receptions. So those have been the main targets.
They fake it to Etienne. Beck looking to launch downfield, and it's incomplete. Another battle for the football between Lovett and Devontae Smith, who's come back in the game, and it's 4th down yet again.
You know, Young does the hard part there, but he just doesn't hold on to the ball. That ball's thrown behind him. That's very tight coverage that time, but by Smith, does a great job of coming back, just doesn't hold it.
4th down. Ball game on the line here if Alabama can get a stop.
There, press man across the board, tight. Making these receivers work for it. The only soft coverage is there.
Beck backpedals, converts. Catch made to the 36 by Colby Young.
That time Young does hold on to it. What a great job. Clutch right there. Game on the line, and throws an absolute dart right into the face mask of Young, who holds on. Pretty tight coverage that time by Damani Jackson. 5 for 5 now on 4th down. They haven't been great on 3rd down, but 4th down they've been on fire.
Beck rolls out, scans. Could have thrown or ran that time. That time tucks it, dives forward for a short gain. Clock running.
And Kirby uses a timeout there. Smart decision by Beck. Once he cleared out of the pocket, rolled right, there's nobody open. Alabama had everybody covered, so instead of throwing it away, at least he picks up a few yards, and they use their first timeout. And a matchup up top, one-on-one.
Final minute of regulation.
There it is.
Look in that direction, looping throw, battle broken up. It was just a little bit underthrown for Young. Xavier Brown, the true freshman, out there on an island.
They intentionally put trips into the boundary, and they went to the other side one-on-one against the young true freshman. You got a veteran, the transfer from Miami, who just tries to adjust back to the ball, never really had a chance. And look at the freshman, never located the ball. He's lucky he didn't make contact and have pass interference, but I love that play design there by Mike Bobo to give a receiver who's been around the game for a long time, a veteran at 6'3", a chance to make a play.
And Brown, who was a modern-day high school powerhouse in L.A. last year, stepping up on this huge stage. 3rd down, 8. Flags down. There's a false start there. Looked like the line of scrimmage. Lawson Lucky makes the catch.
Yeah, I think you have the receiver moving at the bottom. You also have Alabama moving.
Offsides. Defense, number 14, in the neutral zone at the snap. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a 1st down. The runner was out of bounds. The clock will start on the snap.
Yeah, Bill, I don't know what's going on here. You have movement here, but you also have movement in the trenches. How'd you handle that one, Bill?
It's a live ball foul. He came into the zone, then the ball got snapped. He drew no offensive players off.
So the receiver moving as well. Okay.
Georgia 20 yards away. Beck launches for the end zone. Jump ball. Intercepted. And Xavier Brown, the freshman, makes a game-saving play for Alabama.
You know, instead of being press man, Chris, the true freshman gave the bigger receiver some room. About 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. You'll see him as you way out to the left. And what it allows him to do is this time, look how he locates the football. The previous time, he did not. This time, because of the cushion, he was able to see the ball. And he's got the athletic ability, once he sees the ball, to be able to go up high point and be an athlete and take it away from the taller receiver at 6'3".
You know the comparison they made, Xavier Brown, Womack and company? Patrick Surtain, as a freshman, just came in incredibly locked in. Tremendous understanding of the game. So instinctive and obviously athletically gifted. He took about a Hall of Fame guy. That's the comparison they make about Xavier Brown. There's something about Alabama defensive backs.
Yep.
I mean, Saban left the cupboard far from bare. They had to keep the commitment to these guys. What a play and what a battle here.
Yeah, this, by the way, 2 number 2s for Alabama. Xavier Brown getting it done on defense, and Ryan Williams, number 2, the true freshman, getting it done on the offensive side with 6 catches, 177 yards. Man, what can you say?
The eventual game-winning touchdown by Ryan Williams. I had a brief chat before the game and said, "You don't look like this is too big for you." He goes, "No, sir, I'm ready." Georgia thought they might pull off the biggest